Jenny, if you have a foreign customer, when update the time also the same. You need to update the address. You just put mana lah. So country, let's say is China, you just put China lor. So if you know majority customer walk in punya is from China, or you are the inbound operation, you has a lot of China, but then normally they have their this company profile lah, then you mapping to the country code. So then if it's foreign customer, then you put as China, the state NA. Then this one also, this one you just put China ke apa pun okay punya. Then the postal code you don't know, you just put 5 digit lah. Postal code is 6 digit lah. 5 digit. Just put 5 digit. Okay. Then the telephone number later when you do a billing the time, then you need to update and the email address. When you click the e-invoice here, the business type you must select is foreign customer. Then the TIN number will be different. Boleh tak? So the TIN number will be EI0020. It's not 10, it's 20. Don't change, don't change. This is the foreign customer TIN number. Okay, then you use back yang ini, follow and then update their passport. So the type you change as passport. Then when you do billing the time, you just update their this passport number. Boleh? Can. So this one foreign customer, you must do update this way lah. Okay, for company, let's say we use this iSoftTech. For company, you must update the full address. As I mentioned, you must update full address in the address line 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this mapping, you also need to mapping again. Okay, you need to mapping again as this way. Then the telephone number and the email address. If already has this information, just input sahaja. Then in here, the e-invoice the same. The business type is non-individual. When it's non-individual means you have to key in the TIN number. So normally system will ask you to key in their this business registration first. Not all the business registration must key in into this the new business registration number. Faham tak? So if there has the SST, then you have to mapping with the SST number. Okay. If do not have, you just put NA. So then the TTX just put NA if they don't have. Then the MSIC code, if the customer give you the MSIC code, then you just follow their MSIC code. If they do not give you the MSIC code, then you just put 000 first. So then the country also, if Malaysia, then you just put MYS. Boleh? So this is how we update our profile, our debtor for corporate customer, non-individual lah, okay? Then for walk-in sales and the foreign customer. Is that clear? Boleh? Okay or not? So, okay, after this one, company done ready. Now we goes to apa? The government. Okay, jabatan. So, bahagian account kewangan. So for this government punya is more or less the similar to this siapa? The corporate punya. So you must update the address law because we want to send invoice untuk diorang, SOA untuk diorang, then you must have a full address. Then mapping with this city code, country, and this postal code, telephone number, email address. And then e-invoice ini, the business time must be government authority. Okay? Government authority, and then the TIN number will auto throughout is EI0040. Jangan tukar. Then the rest you just put NA. Memang dia orang tak ada. Okay, then this one, the MSIC code, just put 5 digit of 0, and in Malaysia, we just put MYS. So this is for a government profile. So you need to update the tax entity sini, yang ni is under government. Boleh ya? Can ah? So that means the profile you need to update is your corporate, government, walk-in, and foreign customer. So everybody clear? Can? So okay, we go back here. I still see some of the customers still not update this company BRN number with the new BRN and TIN number. Please make sure you update this one and the MSIC code. Okay, together with the MSIC code. You must get your MSIC code because when you register my tax that actually it will come up the MSIC code, your company new BRN number and TIN number. So you all need to update here because later this e-invoice will show your company this information. Can ah? So this is for your own company. You must go to master general branch and double click update this field. And then next is your this upper product master. Just now I highlighted the product master, actually all classification is 022 under others. But the transfer, actually, they will have a different code. And the transfer. Any transaction fees. So transfer is actually under 028, this code. So how do you check? You click on the classification code. Yang sini, Control F. Then you just put that transport. Tengok dia ada tak? Dia tak ada. They use what? Okay, because this classification code, the majority here, we are not involved this thing. So we just skip. Bukan saya punya. Then you go for other. For those like ticket ke tour ke apa-apa ke semua under others. But for render of motor vehicle is actually under 028. If you have your this own vehicle, then you want to render, then you just use 028 lah. Boleh? Okay, so this is the one you need to update your this product master. We are not do this for you. By default, we update 022. But you as an account, you are doing the company accounting. You have responsibility to go in and double check. Don't always tell me, you orang bukan sudah buat meh? Don't tell me this thing. You supposed to do. We will default is 022. Okay? Because we won't run to every company business model. You have to. When during the training, we highlight, you must follow and do. Don't say, hey, bukan you buat ah. Hey, please we don't do for you. We will default 022 sahaja. Okay? You have to update. You are the one who responsibility to update your company data, not me. We update as default, So next is access right. In the system, we add the access right for e-invoice punya. So what you need to do is, if you is a finance, you go to your access right under finance. Then you just type here e-invoice. Then you will come up the new access right. Allow resave submitted document. That means after you submit, I have changes. I want to amend. We still allow. But in the system submitted maksudnya, we just, because it's different term, it's not get validated yet. Submit in our system saja. But it's not sent to IRB yet. So that's why you have a right to do changes, if any. When you send to IRB, the time dia come up, the status is invalid atau fail, then you are allowed to go back to the document and update back all the information and submit again. So this is the different term. That means we just allow you to resave this document sahaja. But then the send to IRB, another step is not this step. then cancel submitted, because sometimes you sudah save and submit. You click save and submit in the invoice, but then lastly dia cakap, I tak mau, I cancel. But then in the same time, this document not yet sent to IRB. Belum sent to IRB to get valid. Dia belum dapat validation lagi. So account still has right to cancel this document so long as you has access right. So long as you have access right, how do I have this access right? You must go into the master, then you go to user group access right, and then you grant the access right for your own. When I talk this time, log in your PC, make sure you have this as an account. Don't give all, only account saja boleh tau. You orang jangan pandai-pandai go everybody to has this access right. Just account sahaja. Siapa yang buat ini account, then only you has the access right to do. Don't give everybody. If not, you are in trouble. Okay? So only these two. This one is still not, still cannot. Because why? I has been trying to submit after 3 days punya. Then the return from the IRB is still reject. It's still not allowed. So don't use this submit transaction date more than 3 days. It's still not allowed yet. Okay, because the IRB respond to me tak terjadi. Okay, so this is the, if I want to cancel after save, but I haven't sent to this IRB, I can cancel the invoice status without send to IRB to get validate lah. Submitted and validation is different term. Submitted in system. Validation by IRB. Don't mix yourself confused. When I say if not validate, means you belum send to IRB. Okay? Boleh. So this one, this is a access right control. So then the debtor done already. Now creditors. Creditors, we need to do the same thing. For most of the Malaysia customer, actually they are under business is non-individual. Yang sini sama lah, you have to do a mapping lah. So all the country name itu semua, you just put in. Actually, one time only you update is just one time, you just update saja lor. So yang sini city, you straight away can put in. Then the state is Kuala Lumpur, Wilayah Persekutuan. Then the postal code. Then email address itu semua you just update. Then tax entity, you click into the tax entity here. And then here you select their business type is non-individual. Okay, because for company you must select under non-individual. Okay, then you update this the registration number together with the TIN number and ini semua NA. Boleh? So then this one MSIC code, if you don't have, you just put 5 digit of 0. The country will be MYS. If it's Malaysia, sure it's MYS punya lah. Tak ada pergi mana-mana. Boleh ya? So then this one is a supplier. Okay, for foreign supplier, you must update in your creditors master. So let me check last time. Okay, let's say you are dealing with the foreign supplier. This area you must update, and then together with their email address, ini semua, all this information you must have. Then next is a tax entity. The foreign supplier, you select foreign supplier, then it will throw out this TIN number EI009 digit of 0 and then followed by 30. So this one, you must have this TIN number and take sale bill. Tengok tak? Sini mesti ialah take sale bill tau. Kalau you tak ada take sale bill, when you do EO, the time system will not go to sale bill punya submission. Faham tak? So this part for supplier, you all must take note for foreign supplier and freelance. Later, I will go through with you all is freelance. So the foreign supplier, the business type, select foreign supplier. Okay, and then there are this TIN number is auto, and then this one, if you don't have this business number or upper, you just put NA, and then this one you just follow. If it's country under China, put China. If it's Australia, you put Australia. If you don't know the Australia code, you just click in country, Control F, you just put Australia. Then will come up for you Australia and Austria. Jangan salah ya, AUS then AUT. Boleh? So then this one, make sure is take by self-bill. Okay, so then save sahaja. So this is for foreign. Let's say I want to check freelance. Freelance also you need to do a self-bill. Those freelance is not in business. That means they are individual. You need to do self-bill. Any payment to freelance, you must do self-bill. Self-bill in the system, what document we need to use is exchange order or supplier invoice. Boleh? So, okay, then you just update normal, itu semua saja. Then the email address and then telephone number. Tax entity sini, Malaysian individual. You use Malaysian individual and take ini. Ini mesti mau take self-bill. When you do EO, then system will group all this into the self-bill. That means you won't miss up. Faham tak? Okay, then in here you key in their IC number itu semua lah. Faham? Then all this information you must key in. When I talk, you just log in your system. Make sure you update semua ya. Boleh? You update If we use our own card for online, apalah orang cakap ini, you cakap lain, nantilah my dear. So we just update as normal supplier. The own card and this is not related, my dear Ani. It's not related. Payment is payment. Payment to supplier is different. Payment to the freelance is different. You have to make sure you understand what is the term for self-bill dulu. If you say, hey, I do a AirAsia online, then now I use my credit card. Ini bukan. This is not about self-bill, my dear. This is only the method of transfer of money to your supplier. It's not money to your income. Normally we do self-bill is because this is your income. Okay, is that your income you doing the payment online? Is that your income? Not mine, right? You just help to settle the supplier bills sahaja. You have to know how to differentiate the self-bill. Don't everything you go and self-bill people, you know. If it's they are in Malaysia business, they give you invoice means okay, already. Don't self-bill. Faham tak? Even though they not give you the invoice, they give you receipt also okay. But you must get the invoice better lah, because at the end come into the tax wise, then you are in trouble. Every company in Malaysia, they relate the business, right? You must get the invoice. Dia mesti ada invoice punya mah. Kalau tak ada invoice, minta sampai dia kasih loh. Faham tak? Sure, they have the invoice. Okay, then the self-bill means the money you pay to foreign supplier. I say foreign supplier and freelance. If you are freelance, you get the allowance from your company for this trip, then you must self-bill. Ya, ini ialah self-bill. Okay, because allowance is belong your income. Then you must do self-bill unless oh no. Actually, all this allowance we declare into our upper salary slip. Then no need because it all will go to the EA mah, faham tak? You have to know the way you are doing. Is actually all this allowance is declared into the EA or not? If it's every month, this staff staff ini, dia lead tour, dia allowance banyak ni, then at the end, we go into their payslip, then no need lah. Faham tak? Is already in the payslip means no need. Kalau dia memang tak ada dalam payslip, then only you do self-bill lor. Okay, so this is how we differentiate the self-bill lah. Jangan apa-apa you lah hantam self-bill saja. Nanti you cari pasal. Because they say oh, everything you go self-bill, then how can your PCB no deduction? You make yourself in trouble, you know. Okay? So make sure you understand what is the self-bill term in IRB. Don't based on your knowledge, then simply apply the self-bill. The IRB already mentioned foreign supplier, not local. Okay. And then the other thing is what? Freelance is not in business. You cannot get the invoice, then only you do self-bill. But then if it's local company, normally they will give you the invoice unless they are not in the business. Okay. If they are not in the business, yes, you can do so. But if it's they're in the business, don't do self-bill. Okay. Don't do self-bill, yeah. Unless dia ialah freelance ke apa, then baru you buat self-bill, Okay. That means the update, this part is very important. If you still ignore, I cannot help you anymore, my dear. This one is not first day. Today is not the first day I tell you all what to do. I already mentioned since year 2024 until end of the year already. If you still not update, you don't call me. Refer slide. Actually, the slide is already indicate the step 1, step 2, step 3. Don't tell me don't know. If you don't know, print out the slide and study until you understand the rule. Okay, because a lot of you never try. I tak tahu. You sure lah, you never do, sure you tak tahu lah. You must do, then only you know ma. So okay, then this one, for this update done already. Now we go for this come back to this slide console. That means you all do the invoice, you all sudah tahu mah, right? As normal sahaja, tak ada tukar. We didn't change the flow, the invoice flow, we didn't change. You just do whatever extra update sahaja. Make sure walk-in punya ada update. All the information must update. Make yourself and then make a habit start right now. Because in future, you want to do direct e-invoice easier for you. If you never update, then end of the after 6 months, then you sudah kelam kabut. So better start update lah. So this is for walk-in. So the TIN number must be 10, EI 10. For company, then it will be different. Company punya nanti, where's the company? Okay, where is this? So walk-in punya, I did not save company. Okay, then when you do invoice summary, you just click save and exit or save and preview. Currently, you can't see this save and submit. Save and submit, actually, you want submit directly, we press save and submit. Because I hide this save and submit, I don't want to confuse yours. Because if not, too many buttons, you don't know which to click. And then you'll never read the wording I write down punya. You just tak boleh, tak jadi. But then that's why I hide it. Then you just have to save and exit, save and preview. That means as normal lah, as normal saja. Because during this relaxation, we do console ma. Then we just do normal punya invoice, so we just save and exit, save and preview sudah. So end of the month, that means the before 7 of the following month, then we need to do a submission already. So means you just print as normal invoice to the customer. If your customer die one e-invoice, then either you just tell them, oh, actually, during this relaxation period, we can use a normal invoice. If they die one, then you must give law, okay? If they die, then you make sure all the information under And then yang sini e-invoice punya information ada, then you click save and submit lah. If you cannot see this button, then you give me a call. You must call me. Ini kalau tak ada tengok ini save and submit, but the customer die want this particular invoice for e-invoice, then you give us a call, then we can open up this one. That means in future you have 3 button to see. Okay, 3 button. So, but then you have to identify lah, because we don't want to confuse the customer, because a lot of time then too many things you will be confused. That's why we hide it up. Okay, so then, okay, that means end of the month, so when submission, after we do a normal invoice, now the next step we need to do submission is to gather all the invoices we issue in the 1 month. Let's say this month, this is December month. Let's say December, I have 200 invoices. So I will group all these 200 invoices into the one consolidated e-invoice. So how do we create this one? So we must go into the system to retrieve all the invoices. Okay, now I will guide you the step. You all just follow step 1, step 2, step 3. Don't skip the step. Okay, step 1, you go to APGL, operation month end. Then you select year below, and then month, you select here, click into the arrow sign. Let's say this is January 2025. So you retrieve, make sure there's no difference. If you see the difference, you must fix it. Don't ignore. Because end of the day, for audit that time, you also need to fix. Don't say, tak ada, tak apa, we just skip. No, cannot. You must fix. When you see, you must fix. When the error appeared, means you're doing something wrong in the system. You must fix it. Don't ignore. You must fix. So then after that, all done already. Oh, semua 0. Okay. Then next. Okay, this part after we submit, then only we log month end also can. After we complete the process, then only we log also can. So then next you go to the daily transaction listing to print out the invoice listing. Go to APGL operation. Sekarang bila saya cakap, you orang pergilah. Faham tak? Follow the step. Go to the APGL operation financial report daily transaction listing. Then you select this one, invoice listing. Format sini, format, right hand side. Invoice listing. Then you put your date from January, let's say next year, January 2026, 1st January until 31st January 2026. Then you take include UATP. Why UATP? Because some of the customer, they use this UATP. Then the ones they use their credit card to make payment to airline, then we still need to submit. So then if the UATP invoice number same running number with invoice, then you must take this one. No? Because some of the customers, they have a different set of UATP number. So that one we need to use is a format is a UATP format sini. Okay, now we use standard punya invoice listing dulu. Then take this one, then you print out. So normally this figure, this total figure will tally with the console sana punya. Okay, step 3, then we go to APGL operation, e-invoice. E-invoice submission. We go to e-invoice submission. So that means you go to the lower part sini, dia sini boleh letak date punya. You can input your date. You input your date, then by default is invoice. Actually, we have invoice, CN and sell bill. DN lagi sell bill supplier CN juga. Okay, then the status here you can put all. You put all, by default is all lah. You jangan go to pening dulu. So in here, it will retrieve out all the invoice you use buat punya. All invoice will listed here. And then you can print it out. So when you print that time, the report that means the daily transaction ini dengan sini mesti tally punya. Okay? Ini ialah mesti tally punya lah. So why do I filter by pending? Because I have two is valid already. I don't want to confuse you, then I sort out by pending no. Faham tak? So then sini, these two invoice, that means if you did not do individual e-invoice submit, right? E-invoice submission, or under console, the transaction listing sini punya figure mesti sama punya. All will be same. Okay, then this one is only check the transaction. We just check only. Now we are still in checking down. We belum buat, we haven't do this console e-invoice yet. We are still checking the figure. Okay, we are still checking the figure from daily transaction and this pending punya. All pending means we need to do a console. Can So now I confirm the report figure, both correct already. Now I goes to step number 4. Step number 4, go to consolidate e-invoice, create new. That means you go to APGL operation, e-invoice, consolidate e-invoice. Tadi ialah e-invoice submission. Sekarang saya mau pergi APGL operation, e-invoice, console e-invoice. Itu lain tempat tau. It's different area. Then you click new. Then from here, you select the type console invoice. Yang ini don't change. Whatever auto from the system throw up information, don't change. Okay. Then the range here will be January 2026. That means next month. Let's say this is January 2026 until 31st January 2026. Then you click retrieve. When you retrieve, then you will throw up the invoice number. If your invoice number 1 until 2000, in between the other e-invoice, dia akan satu line sahaja. It will come up one line for you. So then from here, we want to check the detail. We go to transaction listing. You click the transaction listings ini kan, dia akan list out all individual invoice number 1 until 200. Faham tak? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, itu semua akan list out. All in sequence running number. Okay, if in between you ada submission, then baru sini ada detail, sini ada 2 line. If it's only you do not have any e-invoice direct submission, that means normally here only 1 line. Okay, you want to check the detail, you click transaction listing, then it will show you all the individual invoice with the amount. Then you can print it up. You can print this one. Okay. Then after that, you go to e-invoice punya info. When you click into the e-invoice info, all this general public don't change. Don't go and change your company name, itu semua jangan. Leave it. So as I say, whatever information from the system just remain sahaja. So then yang sini, lepas tu a general address itu, then telephone number, the BRN number ini semua NA. Ini semua NA. When you console submission, don't put your company BRN number, tak perlu. Faham tak? Follow the slide is NA, postal code, and then the country code, Malaysia, state, and upper city. Ini saja mau. Okay? Then lepas tu, once everything done ready, you can click save sahaja pun boleh. If you save, then you have chances to amend if any mistake or any missing information. Faham tak? Kalau you save and submit means ini kali you sudah save and submit, that means you must send to IRB to get validate first. Okay, so then if the first time, I will suggest you click save dulu lah. Once you save sahaja, you can log in back and then you can double check again lah. If you click the save and submit if you click save and submit, then it will update as submitted. Faham tak? It will update as submitted lah. Okay. Then lepas tu, after you complete already, then it will come out the document number. Is we use EI number to for this console submission, the running number EI002. So this one I submit on the 4th January. Then this is the date range of the invoice. So I will suggest you when you do a console submission, once a month you do. Unless your this invoice you has a lot, or one day I have 100 invoices or 200 invoices, then you have option you want to do weekly ke bi-weekly ke pun boleh. It's up to you. Okay, but then I would strongly recommend once a month one console invoice easier, because it will impact to our CN. When we do CN the time, then you mau buat banyak kali lah, console CN. So then if possible, do once a month. So then lepas tu, once you save this document already, if you go back to your this e-invoice tadi sini, if you come back to this area, yang ini you come back here, then all the document here is empty. Sudah tak ada, then is betul punya. Means is betul because all this information already into the console sana. Is already update into the console. Sudah masuk sini. That's why sana sudah tak ada lah. That means when I recheck when I recheck the time, I check sini balik then use the same date range. Then sini empty sudah tak ada, ialah betul tau. Because all this information already grouped into this document. Okay, clear? Already grouped into this document. So now we go to the step number 7. Step number 7, we go to this APGL operation, then e-invoice submission, then atas sini. In the e-invoice submission, actually we have top and bottom. The bottom is checked before we create the console. We check how many invoices. So top here is actually we want to submit to IRB already. Faham tak? So in the top here, actually want to check. Just now I saved this document. Just now I saved this document, nanti ini document I save already right? So I go to here, I check view status. When I click view status, then it will show me this number EI0020. Then here is blank. Blank means I belum click submit to IRB yet. It's just a document in the queue already. So account need to click this submit to IRB. Faham tak? You must click submit to IRB. Then only system will give you the responding. So after you click submit to IRB, then it will pop up one okay, done. Dia akan pop up satu message here, done, or then you click okay. After okay, then you click the view status again from here. You click this view status. Then it will show you the status with valid, invalid, or fail. Faham tak? If all the information is correct, no problem, then actually easily to get valid punya. Unless you sini tak ada, sana tak ada, sini tak ada, key in, I cakap you buat A, you buat B. Then normally will be invalid. Boleh tak? So if you follow the step, all information key in, it won't be a problem. Can So then this is how we do our console submission for e-invoice. Is that clear? So after done already, then you can go back to your this the step number 9 after you get valid. So all this document you need to print out if you valid already by IRB lah for this audit purpose. So you goes to this operation e-invoice, console e-invoice, and then you double click it and system will update the status. Okay, when you submit already, so in here, in this slide, actually, in this slide will show as valid mah, betul tak? Sini ialah show valid. Tapi, bila you go to console listing sana, they will show as submitted, still submitted. What you need to do, you just double click the line, then it will update as valid. Then from there, you print out this document. So this is the document we submit for this number and total amount proper. So this is how we do a console e-invoice submission. Okay? Any question? So up to this area, okay? Any question or not? So this part is only the submit e-invoice saja. So if you don't have question, then I continue with the CN. For Toast Company, a lot of CN, then you must pay attention. A bit leceh lah to me, this one. Because you must print it out your notes and write it down these notes also. Because a lot of things to do for CN. Can I have the copy of the, oh my dear, berapa kali sudah saya kasih you orang the slide. So, other than Mimi, siapa lagi tak ada slide? I want to know who else don't have this console slide. You never go into the e-invoice under download meh? You go to e-invoice group sana. Actually, this has been sent into the e-invoice group. Check and see. If customer pay deposit, apa? If customer pay deposit only, also want to submit. Firstly, as I say, submit e-invoice sebab you sudah buat invoice. Kalau you tak ada buat invoice, how you submit? So unless you raise the invoice, okay, this one, you have to know what are the documents you raise into the system. For e-invoice, you must have invoice, then only we can do e-invoice submission. Kalau you tak ada buat e-invoice, macam mana kita ada, how we able to generate the invoice for you to submit to IRB? Cannot. You must raise the invoice, then only able to. So you have to ask yourself, if you raise the invoice, sure it will go to the console listing already. Unless you say you want to individual submit e-invoice, okay? Make sure you understand the flow, okay? E-invoice mesti ada invoice dulu. Kalau you tak ada invoice, kita takkan buat apa, okay? Everybody also new. If you don't know, you write down your problem, refer to note first. Everybody is new, Most of here also newbie. Dia orang is still also not start the e-invoice yet. So you know you are weak into this one. Please write down a notes in the slide. I already mentioned to you all the slide actually in the group. You go to e-invoice group and then you download. Then you print. Not download, you print your this e-invoice. Yang sini. So because actually this has been sent out many times already. Yang sini tengok tak? Print out. Masuk and print out. For those who are not in the group, ask your manager. Angel, you can refer to Carol. You ask her to download and print out. Okay? Don't save the paper. Something can be saved, but something you must spend. Okay? Must print out. Then jot down your note. sometimes you cannot save this money, you know, you must print out. How to submit individual e-email for each? Nantilah. Console you sudah pandai, at least. Step by step. We haven't finished the console yet. So after finish the console, then I will go through this e-invoice. That means next time, that means we need to update the latest CXC also. When you invoice is more than 10,000, system will pop up the message to you. Okay. So okay, so for those who don't have the copy, goes into the e-invoice WhatsApp group, because that one is sent out quite some time already. Okay, now we go for console CN. Just now e-invoice sudah, that means you must invoice dulu, baru boleh buat console e-invoice. If no invoice, then no console e-invoice. Because a lot of tour, maybe they just do a booking form and receipt saja. But then if you submit, if you want submit, you must raise invoice. If you did not raise invoice, then system won't throw up the list for you to submit the e-invoice. Okay, so must understand, must invoice dulu. As I mentioned, when you do booking, you click invoice then baru dia ada. Kalau you tak ada click invoice, macam mana kita kasih you? Don't have. So, okay, can send again in the group, cannot get from your manager. Because this one is not first time to send. I sudah banyak kali send. Please get from your manager. BT, you're from which company? Why you never put your you never put your note? I can't download again. Why? Because it's still there. What? Why can't download? It's still here. You get your manager to download for you. BT, you're from which company? Okay, never mind. This one, okay, later. Come back to this one. If not, we cannot finish. Then I cannot go through the e-invoice dialect. Okay, for this console CN, when you submit console CN, firstly, you have to understand first the scenario here. Jangan blur, must understand your CN scenario first. If this CN is before e-invoice era, sebelum e-invoice, if this CN issue, let's say I start in, I cakap January January. Just use this example Actually, this company is start e-invoice in January 2025. Okay, on the 10th January, if customer requests CN to issue before the e-invoice era, before e-invoice era maksudnya ialah 2024 lah, before January 1st, 2025, or related to previous invoice issue, then lepas tu dia minta CN. Dia minta CN, then we also can do. You straight away do as normal CN from system. So then when submission that time, we need to separate different console CN sahaja. Okay. So then second invoice issue on the 4th January under first submission of consolidated e-invoice yang tadi saya submit. So that means sini dia ada 3 CN. Satu ialah before e-invoice era, that means the previous year punya, before 1st January 2025. Put a note, use your paper, write down, put a note. First, satu ialah before e-invoice era. Second invoice, second CN ialah dia sudah submit punya on the 4th. Based on the submission EI 0020. Yang second CN, dia sudah submit e-invoice yang tadi saya buat punya sudah valid. Okay. And the third invoice issue on the 8th. Sebab the first submission I buat ialah 1st January until 4th until 4th or 5th sahaja So then this one is satu submission now. Then I do another consolidated e-invoice submission. I pandai ma. I want to challenge the system that I make myself very smart like this way lor. I submit the first, then I do the second, and now I got a lot of work to do because I challenge the system. I want to do this based on my pandai punya cara. Now, when come to CN, I need to issue 3 consolidated CN. That means, first year the first CN I need to issue under the consolidated CN. So what the other different type? Just now we do is invoice type. Now I want to do a CN type already. So I need to issue 3. Just now I bought console invoice hanya first until 5th, I think. I submit 1. Then on the 8th, I submit another 1. So by different submission, they have a UUID number. So this UUID number is very important because they want to match back. The amount match back each document you submit. The amount check semua tau. So that's why when CN the time, I need to do the first console CN I need to do is yang before itu e-invoice punya era lor. If you have the invoice date, you straight away go to the invoice date also can. If you don't have, then you just put 2024 January because I start January 2025 ma. Then in the console sana, dia UUID ialah NA. Then I send to get validate. Then the second console CN I issue for this 4th January punya invoice submitted under EI002. Another console CN. Then sebab saya pandai lagi, I buat satu lagi console invoice on the 8th. Satu sahaja, I buat satu lagi. Mana tahu dia sangat sui, ini customer cakap, I mau CN. Then when this customer mau CN for this document, then when I submit the console CN, I need to separate another document for this particular UUID. Faham tak? That means this period January, I need to issue 3 consolidated CN. Just now I do the console invoice 2 kali ma, betul? 2 ma. Just do, I show you 1 only, but then actually on the 8th, I do another 1. Okay? So then conclusion, the more console CE invoice submit during a month, the more console CN you need to submit also. Faham? So if I once a month I do 1, then I tak perlu leceh sangat. The maximum I do only 2 sahaja. 1 is for previous month and current month sahaja. Faham? So this is how we handle the console CN. So then, okay, in the console CN, it's like this. When you do CN, you buat cara sama sahaja. So right hand side sini, the CN we do, actually the first we select our customer law. Then we must link invoice number. Okay, kita mesti mau link invoice number. If you do not use the system refund note, you don't use first. Just as normal, macam mana currently you do CN, you go back your way. Follow your way first. Don't make yourself confused. So if currently you do CN, go to AI and stop, then click CN same way. Do the same way first. Don't make yourself confused. Do the same way. So the main thing is debtor. That means the invoice debtor is A, the CN must be A also. You cannot invoice debtor A, then you go for CN, B, C, D. Faham tak? Use back the same debtor and then click the link number. So if you use the same debtor, then you click the link number, you can able to find the invoice number. So then from there, you just put the invoice number. And here you see the type or not. Here type CN maksudnya, this CN is either is reduce your sales price, that means it's discount, or is is discount or cancel sahaja. That means it's not involved money, not involve any money refund back to customer. That means we just want to reduce the sales or we want to cancel sahaja. The type we use CN. Faham tak? We use CN. Okay. Then lepas tu, then you click save sahaja because under console everything you just click save button sudah. Okay. So after we save, then we go to the console CN, the consolidated sana. So we go to APGL, operation, e-invoice console. Then you click new, sini the type you change to console. Yang ini ialah the earlier one. I show you the earlier one I submitted for this invoice. This number 6 ini kan. This is 6 loh. This is 6, then this invoice 6. So this one last time I valid already. Then I have this number, you see or not? I have this number. So when I do console CN that time, same thing. I must tell system. That means when you go to check you ada berapa CN, you go to APGL, operation, e-invoice submission status, then you select the type is CN. At first we do invoice now we change to CN. So other than CN, dia ada satu ialah e-refund note. So this one is CN because we just no money involved, pay back to the customer, then we use the type is CN. Then here we retrieve. Then system will pull out one document to you lah. So then after that, you go to the console sana, you go to APGL, operation, e-invoice console submission. Then you click new. Here you select the type console CN. Faham? Okay, take note here. You see the range and link date tak ada sama punya. Range ialah the CN range date. So this CN you issue in January, let's say in January, so you can put January 1st until 31st January. Faham tak? The CN date, ini ialah CN date. Okay, bawah ini link date ialah invoice date. Invoice date. Sebab I know this CN, this CN I issue is actually in the submission date is January 1st until 4th punya. Then I put the link date. If you put the link date correctly, right? Then actually system will auto throw out this CN number for you. Faham tak? It will throw out this CN number. This is invoice date punya submission. Okay, this is invoice date. When you select here, then this number will auto pull out lah. Because we follow this one. We follow this one punya. Faham tak? Sebab dia sini January 1st until 4th mah. Then yang sini I buat sama loh. 1st until 4th. Then this UUID akan auto pull out from the system. Faham? So this is invoice date. This is CN date. Okay, next you want to print or you want to check, then it will show you the transaction number ada berapa lah. Then next you go to e-invoice info. Sama sini punya information, you no need to do any changes. The company, you just put NA saja. Last time we need to put the company registration number. Now cannot, no more. Just put NA. Okay. So once it's done already, you can click save and submit or you just save only. If you click save only means dia belum in the queue. Unless you click save and submit, then baru dia stated as a submitted sahaja. So once you've done already, you go to this APGL operation, e-invoice status. So you click view status, then dia akan sini tunjukkan this is another document. Sini empty empty maksudnya belum click send to IRB, belum submit to IRB. So then after that, you see this thing already confirmed the document is here. Then you click submit to IRB. Once you submit already, then you pop out OK button. You just click OK. Then you can click view status again. Why I need to click view status again? I want to recheck. I want to check whether it's valid or invalid. Kalau sini valid means itu sudah okay lah. Faham tak? If all the information you follow, you key in, then it won't be error lah. So you can straight away submit saja. So now I do the second console CN for submission EI003 on the 8 punya. I do the second. So you can do whichever first also can. It's not force you to, hey, you must do the before e-invoice era dulu. No such thing. So you just tell system the link date which you key in is important. Kalau link date you key in itu ialah untuk masa itu, then dia akan keluar lah. So this is the second submission. You see or not? I have one submission on the 8 sahaja mah. Ini orang ialah terlalu pandai lah. Dia mau buat banyak, then kena lah. So we have to handle many console CN lah. So same thing, I go to create new console CN. The type is console credit note. The range date is actually the CN date. Atas ini ialah CN date, the green color one. The link date is invoice date. So when I put the same this one, then system will auto pour this UUID for me. Faham tak? The UUID will auto. Then he will show me one item sahaja lah. That means this particular day, only this invoice, this CN for the invoice lah. Okay. Then lepas tu same thing, the step is doing is still the same. You go back to here, the console, then you can see. Sini ada dua, why come out one only? The other one is maybe is before e-invoice era lo. Faham tak? So the type here you choose is a console CN. Oh, this one is actually after I save the document, then it will show me the status submitted. Sini. Submitted. Then I have another one is 150 is another one lah. So then lepas tu yang sini, this is this invoice this invoice, you see or not? The invoice date is 2024 punya. 2024. The means is before e-invoice era ma, right? So means that after I raise the CN, I need to do the console also, console CN. So this time the link date I changed to January 1st, 2024 and until 31st because I tak mau cari balik what is the exact date. So then I just put the range now. Then lepas tu dia akan keluarkan. They will show me the document CN number for this particular invoice date range. Then in here, it will show me as NA lah, tak ada UUID because during that time, we don't do e-invoice mah. So then it will show as NA punya UUID number. Okay, same thing, we send and click submit sahaja lah. Faham tak? So this is NA. Ini semua ialah NA. So then the submission flow is this one. When you do CN, if your company has a lot of CN, then you have to make sure the link date. Link date is the CN date. Sorry. Link date is invoice date. Range date is a CN punya tarikh. Faham? The green color is a CN date. The link date is invoice date. Invoice punya tarikh. Okay. So then the more console e-invoice submission you submit to IRB, then the CN console also you need to do a lot lah. Boleh? So then that one is a console console CN. So the e-refund note also the same. The e-refund note, the process is still the same. For e-refund note is, why do we use this e-refund note is, when you issue this CN, you want to refund money to the customer, then we must select the type is e-refund note. We are not use CN, we use is a e-refund. Use back the existing easier. And the when you do CN, you notice or not here that is come up one type. Dia ada satu ialah by default is CN lah. CN normally we use reduce sales, we cancel invoice, we use CN. If this CN we issue, we want to refund money to customer, then we use e-refund note. We need to change as e-refund note. So no payment made for this invoice, not allowed to create e-refund note. Faham tak? System will check ini invoice ada bayar tidak. Kalau dia tak ada bayar, memang is not e-refund note. Dia ialah normal CN. Faham tak? It's a CN sahaja. It's not e-refund note. That means system will check this invoice. If you pay partial, we also allow you to issue e-refund note. If it's totally no payment for this invoice, then definite is CN sahaja. Boleh? Can? So this is how system to handle this CN. Okay, up to invoice and then yang apa? Lepas tu invoice, CN, now we go to sell bill. Okay? So you're ready for sell bill, Before I go to sell bill, this part, any question? Other problem? Freelance not in the business is less than 1 million, not 500. Previous is less than 500. Okay, so for this sell bill, as I say, make sure you set up your creditors profile dulu for foreign supplier and freelance sahaja. Foreign supplier and freelance untuk sell bill sahaja. Lain tak perlu buat sell bill ya. Hanya dua kategori we need to do sell bill. One is foreign. So, and then you update all this information. This morning, I already told you all. And then you click into the tax entity. Business type, you select foreign supplier. By normal, it will take Excel bill. You just, kalau tak ada take, you sendiri take lah. Okay, you just take sell bill. Yang sini, this number don't change. It's default by the IRB. And then NA semua. Faham tak? Then the MSIC code, all this information you must have. You put 50. And then the country code, if this one is China, then is CHN. Okay? So this is update your foreign supplier. So then this one is to update your freelance. Freelance you pun mau update ya. So you, when click into the tax entity, you select Malaysian individual. Then here take with sell bill. And then yang sini update dia punya IC number. So here you select ID type is IC. And then IC number jangan dash, jangan dash, jangan space. Straight away key in the 12 digit of IC number. And then the rest you put NA, SST, TDX, NA, the MSIC code 00050, then country code is MYS. Boleh, then save. So that means must update your foreign supplier and freelance take with sell bill. Okay. When you do EO that time, you select iSoliday, sini tak ada sell bill punya. Tengok tak? The EO don't have sell bill. Because it's local company ma. And then some more in the profile, we did not take cell bill. So then you go for second EO screen, yang right hand side sini, I select is Shenzhen. Then sini akan keluar submit cell bill. Tengok tak? This one. If you click submit cell bill means I direct send individual EO to get validate for cell bill. If I click save only means I submit console. Once a month I submit one cell bill sahaja. Because during relaxation period, we still allowed to do console submission. Okay. Then lepas tu, you see the supplier invoice number and invoice date you need to update also lah. Actually, this part is like our GST era. We also update this document number. So lepas tu, then this one also the supplier punya. The foreign supplier, then dia ada keluar the cell bill button. But since we do console submission, we just click save sahaja, yeah. So okay, when we do this cell bill, you have to print this report. Normally, I will print exchange order listing, the full listing dulu. So because sometimes I afraid that I will be mixed up supplier take as cell bill. So that's why I will print the whole listing. Then I will select cell bill supplier. After I print the whole listing, then next printing, I will take cell bill supplier. You can have option to print all cell bill or you print local dulu and the foreign also. Because easier for you to check if you select I print local dulu. Normally local is your freelance law. Okay, if it's foreign, it's your foreign supplier lah. So it's up to you how you want this to be print out, but in the system you allowed to do this way because when I submit cell bill console, there are other two different. One is local, one is foreign. So better print both lah. Okay, so after I check the full list, make sure semua tak ada is the tally with my foreign punya cell bill semua ada dalam dengan local punya all the EO number is inside. Then now I goes to console cell bill. I pergi sini consolidated e-invoice. I click new. I click new. Then here type I select cell bill invoice. So dalam cell bill invoice cell bill ialah EO bukan invoice Cell bill invoice sini ada foreign, ada local. So you can do foreign. When you click foreign means dia akan retrieve foreign supplier sahaja. Local punya tak ada keluar. Okay, you just put your date range semua. Normally is by whole month lah. Put by whole month. Okay, then next you want to know the transaction, you click transaction listing, then you can print out this one. So sini customer, the supplier lah should be supplier, then dia akan keluar all their name. So you just double check and then click into e-invoice sini. Before you click save, click this e-invoice tab. So yang sini, you know this is for majority, the cell bill is to this company under Shenzhen. You just put Shenzhen, faham tak? Then their telephone number. And then here you put the BRN or passport NANA, faham? Postal code 000. And then if this is China punya, you select CHN, China, and then state and dia punya city lah. Then only you click save and submit or save button. So normally once you save and submit, then it will save one record sini. So from here you can check lah. I want to check my cell bill invoice sahaja. Cell bill invoice maksudnya the supplier document bukan the sales invoice is supplier document. Okay. Then after that you see this one already. Then you go to e-invoice submission sana. So you click view status. Then sini ialah empty Empty maksudnya belum dapat lagi. we belum send to IRB yet. Then you have to click submit to IRB. Okay. So when you see this status is invalid or fail, maksudnya dalam e-invoice sana you key in salah. Then dia akan keluar macam ni fail. So when you see the status is fail means you have to go back to the document. You have to go back to the document and check. Pergi sini e-invoice because previously we key in the customer key in the BRN number. Dia hantam dia company BRN number and then yang country code sini dia tak ada kan. Then ini dia will come up the field lah atau invalid lah, faham tak? Normally is field lah because totally tak ada accept by this IRB sana. So after you update already, you update this blank document and then this one you put NA, then you click submit, save and submit again. Then system will part of this action will submit. This action will submit this console cell bill, continue, yes. Faham? So that means system will update sekali lagi dia punya information and then we have to come back to the e-invoice sana. E-invoice dia punya submission. Then we click view status sini, from the field status change to blank. Change to blank means that we update the latest record already with all the information. Now user need to click submit to IRB sahaja. Once you click submit to IRB and then all the information correct already, sudah betul, then it will come up the status is valid. Faham tak? That's why I say, if in the book show A, you follow A, B, you follow B. Don't skip the step. Just follow one by one. Then you won't miss up the submission punya. Dia normally will be valid punya. Unless you pandai-pandai buat you punya barang, tak mau ikut, mau ini. Then never refer to the book. Refer to the book. If you first time do, check every step. Jangan skip the step. If not, then you will be trouble. Macam tadi, ayo, apa macam yang sini, oh banyaknya. Then we have to go back here and do and redo all the flow again. Faham tak? Just print out the slide and follow step by step. Jangan skip. Follow the step. Because in the book, I already step by step to give you. Unless you do tak mau follow saja. When consolidated submission before or by 7, you must send to IRB already. Don't tell me, tak ada buat. And then for your info, if the customer follow book, like this customer, she never call me. Then suddenly their system got problem, then I log in and check. Then I also surprised, wow, you're so good, you can do everything. You see, we have not only one document we need to submit, we have e-invoice console, we have cell bill invoice, we have cell bill credit note. Ini semua dia tak pernah tanya saya. This is a smart student lah. Faham tak? And then the CM, why so many? Because they have a different before e-invoice submission and then during e-invoice submission punya lah. Then it will come up to this CN lah. Faham? If you really follow, sure you will get the things done. Okay? So just follow the book and then everything will be done properly. Okay, so end of this already. Any question? Okay. Any question? Or before we start with the e-invoice direct, you all need a break 5 minutes. So kalau nak break, then we go for 5 minutes because we need to do the e-invoice submission directly. Itu cara lain, cara lain. But don't make yourself confused dulu. Concentrate the a console e-invoice submission once a month. Once a month sudah. Jangan challenge yourself. If not, then you cannot handle, then you susah, then you will be pressure. Then some more, I would suggest you when you start e-invoice the time, for console submission, don't wait until 7. So let's say you start in January, when you submit console by, let's say, Wilayah February 1st is a holiday, then you can start submit on the 2nd already. Don't wait until 7. Everybody call on 7, then you die, no? If we did not answer you, then you check up with her, how can your support so low, so low, so this and that lousy? Because you yourself lah. Why you go for last minute? You know you have a lot of problem, then you better do it earlier. Faham tak? Don't wait until 7, then oh no internet lah, no this and that. I have one customer is facing this problem also. She submit last minute. That means on the 6th or 7th, I think on the 6th, if not mistaken, on the 6th. So bad, the whole building, no internet whole day. Until 7. But she's smart also lah. She know how to handle this thing. She log into the My Invoice portal. If you are the smart people like her, you can do lor. She goes to the My Invoice portal, then she go and view YouTube and search how to submit. If you are the smart person, you can do this way lah. Then finally, she submit is under My Invoice portal. Okay? If you are smart enough, then okay lah. If not, then better not lah. Follow. You say 16 must submit. She can let me know again. What 16? What 16? You are okay. You are trying to say the console? It's depend. It's depend. You are trying to say this one. So the fixed console submission is actually the e-invoice or this one, e-invoice. Second is a cell bill. Cell bill is actually your supplier, foreign supplier and freelance. We use a cell bill invoice. One is local, one is foreign punya. Kalau you ada inilah. Then the next one is console CN. Console CN, we have two types. One is, kalau you issue CN baru involve. If not, no need. If you just invoice no CN, then you no need to do console CN. Just do console e-invoice sahaja. Faham tak? So if you have foreign supplier, then you need to submit console cell bill invoice. Then if you have for freelancers, then you have to submit console cell bill invoice for local lah. One is supplier, one is foreign, one is local. Then this is all about lah. You must check your company data ma. Only yourself know, I don't know. Then you have to know any CN issue or not. No CN, then okay. If you don't have freelance, you tak ada freelance, tak ada foreign supplier, then also no need submit. Faham tak? Because some of the customer, they just do a ticket sahaja, they mainly for this government. That's why they don't have this type of cell bill foreign supplier, cell bill freelance, tak ada punya. Faham tak? So you must check your company punya data, okay? Not must do punya, bukan must ada punya. How about CN for foreign supplier? So the CN for foreign supplier, you have two methods. Either you use a supplier CN, we have supplier CN, or some of them, they use negative EO. So it depends to your, because we are tested already, actually they use negative EO also accept. Can So any question? So, okay, the next actually normal, the common thing your face is this one. When you go for invalid that time, so invalid actually they have a few reason. One is UUID sudah ada, but then no long ID. So how you need to do is you have to go to My Invoice portal. That means you all have to know how to log in My Invoice portal. You need to check, you know. You bukan panggil saya check. I tak tahu you punya login punya semua. You must know, as an account, this thing you must know. Jangan cakap, I don't know, I don't know. You don't know also want to know also. We can't help you. If yourself also don't know, how can I know? I don't know. Faham tak? You must get all this in hand already, the information. Okay, then now you go to My Invoice portal, then you click into documents ini. From the document, it will show you the transaction. So you scroll at the back, yang sini dia boleh tarik, then jumpa status sini. So from the status is invalid and valid mah. For those who are invalid punya, you just double click, then dia akan keluar macam ni. Then yang sini dia akan beritahu invoice number. You see or not the invoice number? So then this is a UUID, but then we don't have long ID yet. So then we need to check loh, kenapa dia cakap customer TIN is invalid. That means the TIN number your TIN also got problem. Faham tak? So in this situation, what you need to do, you have to go back invoice, go back to the invoice, double click, and then update the TIN number lah. Faham tak? After you update TIN number, then you save again the document or save and kalau direct e-invoice straight away save and submit lor. Then after that you click view status, then sini instead of invalid or fail, dia akan blank sekali lagi. Faham tak? Okay. Then actually in here we already tell you if the status fail, check transaction and click save and submit. So that means when the status is filled, you have to go back to the document. Let's say this is invoice, you double click the invoice, check the information, update back the correct information. Like just now they say is a invalid TIN ma. So update the TIN number, then click save and submit again. If you direct send the e-invoice, then you click save and submit. Then if it's invalid, invalid other dual reason why it's invalid. You see this one, UUID other. But then why is still invalid? Because sometimes we haven't get the long ID yet. The other long ID, then it's still as invalid. So you have a two-way to handle this one. Invalid with missing long ID lo ini. Missing long ID, belum ada mah. Then we click resubmit to IRB again in order to get the long ID. Okay, this is the one way. The second way is invalid and have information error macam tadi is a TIN number punya problem mah. Then you have to go back to the document. You have to go back to the document. And then you update the TIN number, save and submit again. Itu sahaja. Okay? Because when you log into the My Invoice portal, sini ada satu valid, satu invalid mah. Valid normally you already valid, you just click submit to IRB sahaja. Faham? Unless dia cakap ada error macam ini, then only you update. Faham? That's why you all need to familiar to log into this My Invoice portal because you all need to check also. Okay? But at the beginning when you do this, actually you will face this type of problem now. But once you're familiar already, actually is very fast, very easy to handle. Okay, yang ini semua long ID tak ada ke apa ke. You click submit to IRB, then dia akan update. Okay, so this is all about console. Boleh? Okay. So for those who are next year start punya, console sudah stop lah, yang ini saja. So kalau you tak mau pening-pening, you tak mau confuse yourself, you don't want to confuse yourself, actually you can leave the Zoom already. Because following, I will talk about the direct submission. E-invoice direct submission. So you have to understand which you are doing. Console submission or e-invoice submission. E-invoice direct submission. Itu lain down. This is two different topic. Previously, I grouped all the information together and then I realized you're a bit confused. Now I separate it. Console submission, I thought all console submission, you do an invoice as normal. Tak ada apa tukar. But then try to update the customer information as a habit when you start the console. Jangan wait until the last minute, then only you do. Okay. Now, because on the July punya sudah start mau e-invoice so that's why now I come up the e-invoice sahaja. Now they already started e-invoice for December and January. So now I will go through is e-invoice sahaja. Console I tak mau cakap because it's actually is still the same. It's actually more or less tak ada different sangat lah. Not much different. Just a bit faster. If you can handle first month, second month you want to start e-invoice also boleh. Post like a lot of invoice punya, I will suggest you to start e-invoice as soon as possible. That means you no need to do many things because if you CN nanti problem. If you start e-invoice direct, then you CN easier. Just click saja. You tak perlu buat check ini, check itu, banyak susah. Nanti which one? Oh, okay, this one. You just I click the wrong one. So then this is the e-invoice saja. Actually, it's the same lah. This implemented. Okay, only this one. Only this one. This will take effect in 1st January sahaja lah. Sekarang you save more than 20,000, dia pun allowed punya. Faham tak? It still allowed you. If today you save the invoice December 15 or during the December 2025, system allowed you to save down. You submit console, no problem, because this take effect only 1st January 2026. Okay, so then now we do this e-invoice. Sama juga, all this information you must key in. So if it's company punya tak ada key in, then they akan pop up this number lah. So when you submit e-invoice, make sure all the team number, the customer information ada. All the customer information must be there. And then when you raise the invoice that time, you click save and submit sahaja. Click ini save and submit. Don't click these two. This tool is actually for normal invoice. Save and exit, save and preview for normal invoice. Save and submit is a direct send to IRB to get validate. So once you save and submit, before you click this one, make sure you check the postal code. And then e-invoice tab sini, all the information is captured correctly lah. Faham tak? Mesti ada dulu, then only you click save and submit. Okay, once you save and submit, don't print the invoice. Don't print the invoice to customer first because you must get validate, then only you print the invoice with QR code. Boleh tak? So because previous yang ini save and exit preview is normal invoice. But if you submit e-invoice itu lain punya. So after you click submit to save and submit, all will goes to the status submitted nanti. As usual, you check your this because account need to check also daily. You have to click submit to IRB. So you have to make sure all is no different. Then same thing you print from here lah. The invoice listing, that means you by day already lah. Let's say today is 16. 16 December until 16 December I print. Faham tak? So you just put by day already. Because you submit by daily ma. So you just by day and take UATP invoice. The total figure must tally with this total figure lah. Okay, then you go to e-invoice submission status. Then you also range the date, the same date lah. Because this slide I changed the itu tak ada date sama, you all must do the same lah. When the status ialah submitted means you must means that because if it's console, the status is pending. If it's the e-invoice dialect, the status will be submitted. Faham tak? Okay, the console, whatever invoice you save, it will show as a pending. So if it's you click save and submit, then it will status will submitted. That means I want to send individual this e-invoice. So also you print it out. Then here you click view status. Then here will show you the invoice number lah. Yang sini ialah blank. Maksudnya I belum click submit to IRB. Okay. Once I click submit to IRB already, then dia akan keluar satu, dan you click OK, then you click view status again, it will show you the status ini loh. Invalid ke, fail ke, atau apa. Faham tak? So, this status is invalid, then you have to log into your My Invoice portal as I say. Better log into the My Invoice portal to check what is the error. Sometimes no error, the status valid. Macam tadi, the status is valid, but only that they delay to give us the long ID sahaja. In this situation, if it's delay long ID, in the My Invoice portal doesn't show any error message. Is status valid means macam ni, kalau dia ialah valid, that means we just click submit to IRB again sahaja in order to get the long ID. Okay, if it's invalid means you have to log in. You have to log in to check lah. Sini ialah TIN number problem mah. Satu is valid. Okay, but then we need to settle ini dulu. We go back to the invoice, double click and update the TIN number. Now become blank. Dia sudah tak ada invalid, it just become blank. Then we click submit to IRB button. We click submit to IRB button, then dia akan get valid semua lah. Faham? So it means we must make sure the status sahaja. So once we update already, we click submit to IRB, then dia akan come up the result for us. Everything, all the information correctly, then it will update us as a valid lah. Faham? So after valid already, if you want to print this one also you can date range. So for individual submission, you can reprint from this area. For console submission, after you gather all the information, all the invoices into the console document, here you cannot get back veneer. Here definitely don't have. This one is only for individual e-invoice submission. Then you can print back from this area lah. Because console submission, you print from the console sana sahaja. Boleh? Okay, So then all the figure must be tally lah. This daily transaction listing and my just now the report must be tally lah. This is a e-invoice report. Okay, valid punya status, and this is the daily transaction punya report. So both figure are tally. Okay, once I get valid already, now I want to send the e-invoice to customer. I need to go back to my booking. Then I highlight the invoice I want to print out. Then this time, when you see the status valid baru print lah, then you UID, then you select the layout e-invoice. In your company, actually, we have two different report. One is normal invoice, If you want e-invoice format with the QR code, then you must select e-invoice punya. Then you can preview or direct print also can. Once you get it done, then it will show like this lah. This sini ada QR code. And then here, when you scan your QR code, then the information will come out this way. Faham tak? Then this is how we do our e-invoice. Reprint, banyak orang, you never follow. So go back to the invoice, then e-invoice. And then for your info, for previous, if you submit console, don't print e-invoice. Because when you scan the time, the amount is not matched because the console submission is the million figure. You punya invoice ini 100 sahaja. How it match? That's why you have to understand when to print the e-invoice punya document. If you submit individual, yes, you select, you print e-invoice. If you are not individual submission, is console submission, don't print the e-invoice with QR code, print back the normal saja. Because during the relaxation period, we submit all together, then that one no need to print e-invoice, faham tak? Hanya individual sahaja. If let's say you start December, only December you print the e-invoice layout. Faham? The previous one, let's say is July until November, is normal invoice. Jangan pandai-pandai customer cakap mau you kasih. No. Because you already submit console. You just give normal invoice. Okay? Don't give the wrong thing. If you want to give, make sure you understand and you check everything. Faham tak? If not, then customer go and check. How can my invoice lah 1,000, you punya 500,000 mana match? Sure not match Faham? Okay, for the warranty, the government or UATP also the same. First, you must make sure the government punya, the business type is authority, government authority, then EI number 4, ini semua NA. This one you put NA, ini 00, and then MYS. Then lepas tu, when you do invoice the time, before you click submit, save and submit, check e-invoice ini dulu. Check ini e-invoice tab. Make sure all the information are there, and then the postal code also, and this email and the telephone number semua ada. Address, email, postal code. Then only you click save and submit. Okay. So once you click save and submit to IRB, information semua betul, dia mesti valid. Okay, tak ada susah-susah. Same thing when you want to print this e-invoice, also when you scan the time, the information is matched the figure. Faham tak? The total. Actually, you will just put your supplier actually is your company name now. Then the buyer is the customer name now. Okay. Then the total amount is this invoice total amount and this total amount. Boleh? So these are the information lah. So, okay, for issue the CN and e-refund note, so actually CN normally is discount or cancel sales law or overcharge itu semua CN. So for refund note is e-refund note. Issue refund note, that means I want refund money. The CN I issue, but then actually in the type of refund money to customer, we need to select under our new type is called e-refund note. Okay, then we submit the CN or e-refund note via API to this IRB. So you do CN actually, if let's say AR, do straightway do the AR. Don't skip. Don't try to change your method first. Let yourself familiar all the way you do. You follow the step. unless you sudah tahu macam mana handle all this, you want to learn the new way, then only you do. Make sure you sudah expert dulu lah. Step 1 pun tak boleh handle, tapi you mau belajar lain pula. Nanti you susah sendiri, faham tak? So familiar the step first, okay? So when I do CN, as I mentioned, the debtor must be same with the invoice, and then you have to link the invoice number. If you know this CN I issue under this invoice number, you just link. Actually, this one I give discount, then this one will be CN type, CN credit note type. That means it's normal CN lah. So we just want to reduce the sales, we give discount, or we overcharge, or we cancel invoice. Our type is a credit note. So in the e-invoice sini semua betul, all information already has, then we submit, save and submit. We click save and submit. So then it will goes to the submitted lah. When I check from the e-invoice submission, sini I select credit note, dia akan keluar submitted lah. Faham tak? Submitted means in the system saja, belum send to IRB to get validation lah. So this one we click view status, then here will show we empty, maksudnya belum click submit to IRB. Faham tak? We need to click submit to IRB. If you do it direct you must do it daily lah. At least 3 days before lor. 3 days before you submit once the time also can. So it depends how you want this to be lah. When I click submit to IRB, ayo, apa pula dia field? Sini tulis status field. Field maksudnya I perlu check transaction and click save and submit again. No? That means I need to check lah yang sini. When the status is filled, in the My Invoice portal tak ada tau. Totally tak ada. You can't find from the My Invoice portal for status field. So you have to check here, or dia cakap apa, target the property path invoice issue date and apa, issuance date and time ini semua. Then normally you go back to the document, then you check, then goes to this area check, e-invoice tab sini. You check and then make sure the link number is here. Then lepas tu you click submit, save and submit again. Faham tak? So when you click save and submit again, then if you go back to the e-invoice submission sana, you check lagi ya, here become from the field change to empty. Means we refresh the data, we refresh and update the data. Then when you click submit to IRB, we send again. No? Faham tak? We send again to the IRB, then now get valid. Faham? So the whole process is this way lah. When fill, mesti mau pergi balik document, check, update the correct information, click save and submit again. If it's invalid, we have 2 types of invalid. One is invalid due to information error, macam customer TIN number ke, atau country code ke, atau BRN number ke, actually in the My Invoice portal will let you know. You log into the My Invoice portal, go to the document, look for this document number, click in it will come out the red box. Red color, beritahu what is the error. And then the second invalid ialah, dia ialah missing log ID. Maksudnya sini sudah ada UUID, sini tak ada, then only we click submit to IRB. Okay. So, okay, e-refund note, dia macam ni lah. So, the e-refund note, the type e-refund note is when you issue this one, you want refund money to customer. Sini ya, refund money to customer. Baru you use e-refund note. But system will detect if this invoice did not have any receipt issue, dia tak akan kasih you buat e-refund note. The type. CN is still the CN, only the different types are just because in IRB they use refund note ma. Then we put this as e-refund note lor in our system type. Boleh ah? So the process is still the same lah. Sama process sahaja. Invalid other UUID, long ID tak ada, then we wait and then click submit to IRB again, then it will come out valid. Faham? Boleh? So, okay, for this foreign supplier and freelance punya sell bill is still the same. That means when we do EO that time, we straight away click submit sell bill. Sini. We straight away click submit sell bill. Don't click save, submit sell bill. If you do e-invoice direct, everything direct already, especially for Toast July punya, you have to start already. Okay? So then you click submit sell bill. Submit sell bill and then make sure the invoice number itu semua ada, the information, all this information is correct. Then only you click submit to sell bill, submit sell bill. And then before you click submit to IRB, better check lah. Check your EO listing. Check your EO listing and then print the sell bill punya document yang mana ialah sell bill punya. Then you can match back mah. You can match back. Actually, from this slide, actually, I skipped the step. Because all the information is still the same, we check this in it. We check from here. Then we check from here the upper sell bill. This one we change to sell bill. Then here we'll list out for us what are the sell bill document now. Then you can check versus with your EO listings. EO listing, the sell bill foreign. Boleh? So this is all about the direct submission. Any question? Ada apa soalan? Kalau tak ada, then we can stop. Then for for those who are start in January, maybe end of January, I will have another e-invoice training for console submission now. Because I afraid you nanti tak tahu lagi. So at least end of the January, I give you all training that time. You can start check your work, and then you can submit on February, 2nd of February loh. Faham tak? You can do, or you prefer on the first week of February have the Zoom. At least you can do it together. It's up to you. You can let me know lah. You prefer January end or first week February on the 2nd or 3rd. Can we direct cancel the submit invoice within the same day? Yeah lah, you missed the point. Cancel the submitted. If as I say, in the e-travel, the status submitted means we save this record in the queue to IRB. If your this submitted means, to my understanding, you are trying to say the document not yet sent to IRB to get validated. This is the point. If not sent to IRB to get validated, you has access right, then you can cancel. Okay? If you do not have access right, you have to grant the access for your own. Refer to the slide, okay? Then if this already validate, you cannot cancel. You must do CN. Boleh ya? You must do CN. Then for start January, when we'll have the save and submit button. Start January, apa maksud? It means you January you want to direct submission, then you give us the team viewer. We can activate now so that you can start it. if you want, you are trying to say you want to start e-invoice direct submission, right? IPO overlap. So for sure, early of January, we will find you. Aiyo. Why you cannot find me, meh? All the while, Amira? You're not the first day attend this training, you know. You've been attending this training since 2025, I think is June. I think June or May you already started. You cannot find me. I think you've been started this since when? July kan? You started July, you already in this e-invoice submission console. You still haven't start, meh, Amira? So, okay, later I will send this upper into the WhatsApp, see whether you prefer end of January for this console submission or first week, that means on the first week of February lah. Because I afraid you all nanti, ayo, susah ni. Okay lah. Then see which day, which your would lah, see January end or February first week. Then I will go through with your the console from the screen, your just do at your office data. If cannot do on the spot, I log in. Then everybody can see lah. If you can accept, if you can accept, then it's good lah. Huh? Then if not, then wait until the session finish, then only log in. But try to do actually is not difficulty. It's very easy. You just follow. Jan will do. February too many holiday. Hey, May? Yes, May? What holiday? January end January end tak ada holiday May? Nanti. January Okay lor. Then if you say January end on the 26, 27 no? Either 27 January or on the 3rd of February. Okay? I will just give you all to vote lah. See how many prefer January end or I will give you all 2 dates. One is January 2027 and February mana? February 3rd. January 27, right? January 27. Or 3rd, 3rd February. Console submission training. So then later you would which date lah, then I will follow you all. See the majority lah, because I also cannot confirm. Okay, so then we end up the meeting here. Thank you very much. Sometime I wrote to you